confirmed number of cases of the coronavirus in Los Angeles County today comes to 58,234. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 2,489. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 405, with total confirmed deaths at 46. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Rhiannon Trutanich, filling in for Jin Chun. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, June 3rd. The city of Torrance continues its local state of emergency, mandating a new curfew tonight, beginning at 8 p.m. and lifting at 5 a.m. Thursday morning. This is 2 hours prior to the countywide curfew in place tonight, which begins at 10 p.m. Now, many cities throughout the county are mandating their own curfew, much like Torrance. Cities like Beverly Hills begins their curfew at 4 p.m., Culver City at 6 p.m., Santa Monica, West Hollywood, Glendale, and Long Beach beginning their curfews at 9 p.m. Bracing for another night of potential unrest throughout Southern California, officials updated the countywide curfew to 10 p.m. Despite many peaceful protests throughout various cities in the Southland, Los Angeles Sheriff Alex Villanueva says until the protests stop, a curfew will remain. Officials say it's designed to protect public safety. Residents are asked to stay home during the curfew. Tonight, the hours have been relaxed and begins at 10 p.m. countywide, then lifting at 5 a.m. And as a reminder, in the city of Torrance, curfew enforcement begins at 8 p.m. Torrance police continue to be on tactical alert, implementing several precautionary measures to maintain peace and safety in the community. Several arrests were made last night related to civil unrest. Thanks to officers, a string of potential looting activity was prevented. Police continue to monitor and patrol all assets of the city, including all retail and commercial businesses. Driving around town, it's not hard to miss a patrol unit passing by. Now, if you are out past curfew hours, police will want to know why. The only ones exempt from the curfew are members of emergency services as well as members of the media. Be sure to sign up for Torrance Alerts, the city's emergency notification system. Go to torranceca.gov/Torrance Alerts. You can choose how you'd like to receive your information. It can be by text, telephone, or by email. You can also download the free app compatible for both iPhones and Androids. You may have noticed military presence in Torrance yesterday. While members of the California National Guard returned to Torrance today for another night of assistance. Banners are also being made to show appreciation for their assistance during this local state of emergency. Nearly 24 members were deployed to Torrance to assist local law enforcement, allowing Torrance police resources to be available to the community. The California National Guard is a federally funded state military force comprised of both Army and Air National Guard components. They are the second largest National Guard force in the United States. Torrance City Council members met online last night for their weekly meeting. The city of Torrance honored Torrance Fire Captain Michael Simmons as he celebrates his retirement after nearly 3 decades of service to the city. Captain Simmons was also a recipient of the Distinguished Service Award in 2011 for his remarkable life-saving actions. Simmons was on vacation with several other off-duty fire personnel. They all quickly sprung to action to help someone who had collapsed and was not breathing. His heroic actions awarded him distinction among several other fire personnel. A resolution was read along with comments from Torrance Fire Chief Martin Cerna. The City Council also received an update on the city's response to COVID-19 as well as the city's recovery efforts. Council also approved the city manager's public orders in response to the local emergency. The city budget proposal was postponed to June 9th. You can watch a replay of the City Council meeting throughout the week here on City Cable as well as online. With the concern of the health crisis still going on during the nationwide civil unrest, health officials are advising the community, if you plan to participate in a large gathering, to do it with caution as there is a health pandemic going on. Officials are concerned of seeing an uptick in cases potentially in 2 weeks. Health advisors say if you're going to head out, wear a face covering, possibly a face shield to protect not only your mouth and nose, but also your eyes. And try and do your best to participate socially distanced from others. Protesters are also advised to register for a free COVID-19 test. Many were seen in media coverage without masks and in close proximity to people. Free county-run testing sites can be found at covid19.lacounty.gov/testing. There may be some sites temporarily closed due to civil unrest. California's top education official is calling for action on racism in schools. Superintendent Tony Thurman gave an emotional address online about racism and implicit bias in the schools. The equity gap in public schools has been Thurman's priority since he took office. But after the death of George Floyd, Thurman says the trauma of Floyd's death and the persistence of racism and bias in public school classrooms demands immediate action. Thurman plans to have conversations with not only educators, parents, and students on how to combat racism and bias in the classroom, but also plans to hold those conversations with elected officials and law enforcement. The 11-minute address was streamed live on Facebook. After being closed for more than 2 months due to COVID-19, churches in the Archdiocese of Los Angeles are now allowing in-person Mass, communion, and scheduled confessions beginning today. The reopening of Catholic churches was a phased approach, with safety guidelines shared by Archbishop Jose Gomez, who told priests and parish staff last night. Parishes were initially only allowed to open for personal prayer. Now, as a part of the second phase, churches must follow strict social distancing protocols, limit capacity to just 25%, and continue sanitary measures like disinfecting points of contact after each visitor departs and removing shared worship books. During Mass, communion will be only in the form of bread and in the hand, and with priests sanitizing their hands before and after distributing communion. The full list of COVID-19 guidelines can be found at lacatholics.org. As California gets closer to moving into stage 3 of its 5-stage reopening plan, local business leaders are hoping to get more parts of LA County open as soon as possible. Guidelines for sports venues, theme parks, and film and TV production were presented to the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors Economic Resiliency Task Force yesterday. Plans to bring professional sports back to stadiums include protocols like requiring athletes to wear face coverings outside of practices, avoid sharing towels and sports bottles, and spectators kept out of the stadium for the first step. A 26-page plan was presented by Casey Wasserman, the CEO of Wasserman Media Group. The plan includes a 4-phase rollout to maximize economic potential while following the county and state regulations. Venues would also hold the health of staff and customers as a paramount priority, implementing sanitization, infection control, and physical distancing protocols to minimize the potential for COVID-19 transmission. The first 2 phases would be spectator-free, followed by Phase 3, allowing limited capacity, and in Phase 4, opening with full capacity. Wasserman says his team has been working on the plan in collaboration with multiple venues, including the Hollywood Bowl, Staples Center, the Forum, and Rose Bowl, as well as LA area sports teams. Representatives from local theme parks also presented plans for reopening with a target date by mid to end of June. There would be screening measures in place for employees and guests and physical distancing enforced. Barriers between employees and guests, much like what's in place now at supermarkets. The University of Southern California announced a change in plans for the fall. USC officials said they will open its campus for in-person classes come mid-August when the new school year begins. Now, school classes and campuses will not look like how students might remember it. While on campus, everyone will be required to wear a face covering. With classes starting a week prior than originally scheduled, All class and final exams will end before the Thanksgiving holiday, eliminating the fall break altogether. Students will also be given the option to take classes online instead of in person to provide flexibility, and some classes will offer a mix of both online lecture with in-person discussion or lab sessions. The university president said this plan is contingent on a number of factors, including the continued spread of COVID-19 and health orders from state and local authorities. The Torrance Library successfully kicked off its curbside pickup service this week, with more than 100 people signed up between all 6 branches. Many are opting to go online and order books and movies. Now, you do have to create an account online. Once you do that, you can order ahead and order anything in circulation. Library staff will contact you once the materials are available and arrange a time to pick up. You'll walk up to the service point, bring your library card or photo ID with you, wear your face covering, and be sure to follow all of the safety protocols in place, along with social distancing if there are other people waiting. Patrons can then return the items in the exterior book drop at their local branch when they're done reading or viewing the materials. No in-person returns will be taken right now. Once staff retrieves the materials from the book drop, they will hold them for quarantine before sanitizing them. Go to library.torranceca.gov or call 310-781-7599. Well, if you're one of thousands who won't be part of a traditional graduation ceremony due to COVID-19, we want to celebrate you and your big milestone. Whether it's a preschool promotion or college graduation and every milestone in between, send us your photo and let us know what school you are graduating from. We'll be sure to share it on our show. Email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share stories from our community, feel-good pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and reflects how Torrance truly cares. Here in Torrance, a big milestone was the ability to safely open the city's permit center, a service used by not only the business community, but residents as well. City staff was able to put safety protocols in place and create a way for the public to return. Here's a quick look at how you can now take advantage of the open permit center. We spoke with the community development director to get a quick tour.
Hi, my name is Danny Santana, community development director for the city of Torrance. Thanks to the support of mayor and council, I wanted to let the residents and businesses of Torrance know that our permit center has now reopened. The department has implemented a number of safety measures in order to provide a safe experience for both you, the customer, and city staff. Starting in the parking lot, you'll notice public information signs that provide an option for self-check-in by using your smartphone camera to scan a QR code. You can also use one of our self-check-in stations near the entrance. Patrons select which service they are here to meet with, enter your name and your mobile number. You'll receive a text to confirm that you have successfully entered the permit queue. You'll receive a second message indicating which counter number to proceed to as soon as a staff member is available to serve you. You can also call 310-781-7635 and a staff member will walk you through the registration steps. Patrons will be prompted to enter by a text and TV screen announcement to ensure you don't miss your turn. For your use, hand sanitizers are available at the entrance and exits. For everyone's safety, please note that face coverings are required when in the permit center. Please be mindful of maintaining 6 feet between you and another patron in the permit center. Installed floor decals for standing areas and strategically spaced seating allow for up to 18 socially distanced members of the public to be accommodated in the center at one time. The permit center is open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, with alternating Fridays closed. If you are not feeling well, please note that you can still access our services by calling us at 310-781-7635 or by using the City Department's website, www.torranceca.gov. There you can access permit forms, answers to frequently asked questions, and to obtain plan check status. Lastly, we continue to accept electronic submittals via cddinfo@torranceca.gov and by mail. Thank you for helping us create a safe environment for you and city staff. Stay healthy, stay safe, and thanks.
That was Danny Santana with the Community Development Department. The city continues to take precaution with every step in reopening, from social distance measures to instructions on how the public can stay safe. It's just one way the city continues to show how Torrance cares for its community. Now, if you have a great story or have pictures or videos you'd like to share or just want to say hello, please email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. Stay informed by signing up at torranceca.gov/Torrance alerts. Subscribe to City Cable's YouTube channel and be sure to like the city's Facebook page. That's our update for COVID-19 today. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow at 4 p.m. as Ben McCain brings you the latest updates. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.